directions of their leaders, right? Rather, organization here would mean that people would connect themselves for a common cause, right? And this common cause is the cause of total revolution, complete transformation, comprehensive transformation of individual and social life, individual and political life. So this is what would mean. So when once this happens, then that's what would be called by JP as total revolution. Now, as I told you that the total revolution did not have any immediate end, which would be realized by the people. Rather than it would be a kind of continuous process which would go on, and until this transformation takes place in every individual's heart. So that's what would be important as far as the whole aspect of total revolution is concerned, right? Now this is how one can look at the two important concepts in JP's thought, that is of communitarian democracy and the whole aspect of total revolution, right? Now while there were a lot of as I had told you, right, there were a lot of movements throughout India, and especially in Bihar, and the railway strike that happened, which had made the government to impose emergency in 1975. And JP was put in prison, and afterwards, his health had deteriorated, and finally, he passed away in 1979. But of course, there was a kind of movement that JP had led, and especially it was known more as a students' movement, right? So that's where JP had characterized his movement as that Chhatra Shakti or Lok Shakti, right? Chhatra Shakti and Lok Shakti were poised against Rashtra Shakti, meaning that Rajya Shakti, Rajya Shakti, not Rashtra Shakti, but Rajya Shakti. Now the state's power and the people's power, they were poised against the power of the government. But many have understood that at that point of time, of course, it could mobilize youths, especially students, who were motivated by JP to be part of the movement. But eventually there were also negative impact as far as their participation in the movement was concerned. And now that may have to do with their constructive energies that possibly could have been directed towards achieving something more meaningful for their individual lives. So that is one people have tried to understand. Second, there are many political scientists, especially one can bring in W.H. Morris Jones, right? W.H. Morris Jones, who had done a lot of work on JP, and the four works of JP that I had mentioned in the initial part of my discussion, right? So he understood that the way JP talked about consensus, right? So that's where if every decision is supposed to be arrived at through the means of consensus, then the role of diversity is something which would vanish. Now, why diversity would be important? Because according to Morris Jones, if the system, or if any kind of system puts a lot of emphasis on consensus, then certainly there would not be any space for differences and dissent. So eventually, JP's idea of freedom, or eventually, JP's idea of communitarian democracy, would possibly mean that we would have a kind of political system where chances of turning it into a totalitarian system are very much there. Meaning that the very point that JP wanted to target and attack, and his thought throughout, is likely to come back in his scheme of politics. So that is something which which has come to us as a critique of JP's thought. But one may add here as far as JP's thoughts are concerned, that JP threw out cautions. JP threw out makes it very clear that his whole idea was to ensure individual freedom, right? And it was towards that objective that he had put a lot of emphasis on self-governing village communities and the process of decentralization, wherein most important decisions would be taken at the local level and not by the governments at the higher level. So maybe at the provincial or at the national level, right? That is one. And second thing, which JP would emphasize, that the idea was to promote governance and not government. So his whole scheme was concerned more with governance rather than government. But despite that, as I told you, there are criticisms to JP's thought, right? And the most important ones I have referred to. So that's what I have to share as far as JP's thought are concerned, and that's where we reach at the end of the discussion on JP's political thought, right? So if you have any issues, if you have any questions, then possibly you may raise here, right?